Sewing machines, typewriters, look, fax machines. Even fax machines are out of date now. Who's got a fax machine? It's been here forever, this little shop. And next door to it is a music team. Perhaps we'll go and have a chat with them later. These little shops. Different shops. Oh, there's a shop like that in Jersey, which you won't find anywhere else. Right. Let's go and see if there's anybody in the developers who will speak to me.
Gaps are starting to appear now.
Well, this is the charming shop of David Wood, who's been in Jersey forever. When did you start here, David?
I've been here 42 years, but I went on my own in 1972 after decimalisation, because I was the service manager at Collins in the old days, and I switched over back to sewing machines, and 42 years here. I started off in Midvale Road with a little basement workshop, and then I got this offered to me by the Mattis family, and I've never looked back.
Dr.
And
Mattis.
you can see how much I've collected over
I
the
mean,
years.
it's the sort of shop people want to find, and that you just want to, but...
Well, it's a working workshop, as
Yeah,
you can see with
exactly.
a workshop, but I do get annoyed when people walk in and don't take a blind bit of notice of what's around them. They say, oh, that's it, and the one that do think, it's fascinating.
It
And
is
then they see
fascinating.
the typewriters, of course, up the top there, and they go, oh, look, how old are they? I say, well, they're all old, and 80 years, 100 years. But at the end of the day,
What is the oldest one? It's an ancient one in the corner there. It looks like,
Oh,
looks more like a musical instrument than a typewriter.
there's some that are about 1880,
Really?
1900s. Yes, darling.
Hello, come to pick up my sewing machine, Jackie Edwards. My old singer-sewer.
The old singer, another singer, good old singer. Which one was it? This was not this one, was it?
No, this one I think.
Yeah, it's an amazing shop. I mean, it is truly amazing.
Okay, free of charge.
And of course we're here today because the big development just across the road, if it happens, the Masurier site, this building will be demolished. That'll be the end of that. So, I mean, nothing lasts forever, but I mean, there is a movement on now to save things, to restore things, to try and repair things. There is a big movement, but it's always the problem when you get the bits. Can't make everything, and this guy, if you've got typewriters, look at all typewriters, sewing machines, he's got the bits. If not, he can make bits, he does do things.
With the bits that I do it very simply.
It is amazing.
Yeah, Dave's just turning around.
This is an interview that was done with David back in 2017, April 2017, 2 years ago. And JP did an excellent little interview. Without any thought then that this shop was going to be disappearing if the scheme goes ahead.
(1978).
Really? Is that you? No, fantastic.
What happened? What a good-looking man.
It's Gene Vincent, isn't it?
Could have been. Yeah, that was my little workshop in Midvale Road. So that was in '78, and I left probably about a year later from there and came here. I haven't really worked out how long I've
Do you
been
work
here.
with anybody here? I mean, if
No, I've done it all
what- if-
myself. I've been a one-man business.
all that time.
I've had a sort of a partner who helps out,
Right.
but he does his own thing and I'll do mine.
But the skills you've got, are they passed on to anybody?
No, actually, I think the only people on the island now looking after typewriters will be me. So I've had two very good trades in my life.
Isn't it funny?
I'm third generation of sewing machines. My father's father was an experimental engineer with Wheeler and Wilson's in London. So I had to follow my father's footsteps. But I got a little bit tired, as you do when you're in London. I thought, well, I'm going to Jersey. But before then, I'd worked for Hermes typewriter company.
Right.
So I came over here. I was just young then, so I had a good time for the first couple of years, and then I thought I'd better settle down because I was getting married. So that's what happened after that.
It's amazing, isn't it? Because I'm interested in old cars, and I know you're interested in old vehicles, military stuff and so on.
That's right.
But there's like Austin Sevens.
Yeah.
There are still people making a living, quite a lot of people making a living out of Austin Sevens.
Out of Austin Sevens.
1920 vehicles.
Brilliant.
Isn't it incredible?
Yeah.
Who would have thought it?
I know. Well, my love is what I've got up there, which is a. Because I'm quite involved. That's my Jeep.
Right, all right.
So I'm always involved with Liberation Day for the Jeep, and I'm also a 1781 militiaman.
Oh, you're a militiaman?
Yeah, out the castle.
Oh, I filmed them a few times. You
Yeah.
set the cannon off, do you?
Yep, we do all the cannon work.
You got
out
the
there.
match to let it off.
That's right. Battle of Jersey. So I keep occupied. I'll never get bored.
Well,
No, it's a.
I mean,
I call it an end of an era. This.
It is. It's extraordinarily sad, isn't it? I mean, it is.
Yeah.
Because there are, like, I've just been in this shop half an hour. People coming in and going all the time. They keep coming in. They've got a repair to do, a little fiddly little thing.
Yeah.
Nobody else will do it. It's fiddly.
I keep my prices down low. I believe in a genuine price for, not like some people.
I don't know about Fulham Football Club. I went there a couple of times. Craven Cottage.
I don't want to talk about Fulham.
Are they still there?
I've just gone down.
Have they?
Yeah, so I refuse to be one of their supporters anymore. But that's where I was actually born, was Fulham.
Was it?
Yeah.
It used to be the guy who used to say centre forward. What was it? He used to be on the telly a lot, didn't he? He was there, Fulham. He was the one. Everybody knew him. I don't know. Hey, that's it. Yeah, everybody knew him.
Yeah. Those were the days.
I mean, it's just.
And this is the working workshop, which I'm slowly trying to clear a little bit. It's going to be a right job moving all this, but we've got about 6 months at the moment, so not a problem. I don't know, I look back and think, how did I survive working all these years on that little bench? But
You just get into a routine, don't you?
You get into a routine. I mean, that's all the space you really need to work in my trade. Now, in my old trade, when I used to work on duplicators, cash registers, photocopiers, I mean, you needed a big workshop.
I can't not mention Mr. Balby, who you knew and I knew.
I loved old Belby. We should have found that card.
He used to be in Old Street, and he had a little setup rather like this. He had a little lathe,
Right.
and he used to make things for people. He'd make things. If you couldn't get the spare, even then, because obviously sewing machines and things, they were very old even then. You couldn't get the bits for them.
Number 6 old.
Look at all this sort of stuff. Look,
That's what I mean, I always have parts.
bits. Where else can you get them?
Parts galore for everything. Any machine that gets scrapped, I take all the best parts that I know that I would need off of them anyway, so it's...
Well, I think people are like that because they say if they're scrapping something electrical, they always cut the plug off. They go, I'll use that again. Never do. But you're a shop, you get people come in, you save some bits, people will use them. Somebody one day will come in and say, that's just what I want. Now that's rather weird. What's that all about?
That's the leather straps for the big industrial sewing machines.
Oh, I thought it was a fuse wire for a bomb.
We're doing industrial sewing machines.
Oh, right.
After those as well. Yeah. Well, I've got drawers and drawers of typewriter parts. I'll probably never use them, but I don't like throwing nothing
What's that
away.
extraordinary machine there? It looks fabulous. Look, what is it?
That was used in the occupation. That's one of the old Gestatter duplicators.
Oh, is it a Gestapo?
Which was used by the Communist Party that were over here. I think
Oh, really?
Perkins, that's right.
Perkins.
They used to run off the...
Yeah, I've actually got some of the leaflets they did. I've actually got some bits they did. But they were terrible, messy things. You always finish up all over your hand, black ink, didn't you?
Right. Oh, it's going to be fun clearing this place.
Have you got any idea where you're going to go? I mean, you don't know for certain whether you will go because that project over
I'd be
there...
very annoyed if they chased mine after I've cleared this
Well, the
one.
planning office might come to your rescue, mightn't they?
The Masurier won't, because they said we can't offer you anything. So I thought, thanks
Really, they
very
got
much.
no property available. What was the process? Do you want to tell me, what did they say? Did they consult, negotiate, anything?
I just said 6. I used to have leases in the old days,
Yeah.
9 years, 6 years, but now it's 6 months.
Really?
That's all. Only 6 months, so they give me to September to clear out. And that's all of us. Record shop, bicycle shop, the pubs as well. I don't know what's happening with them. They're going to be closing all down. It's progression, they call this.
It is
I mean, it's like
extraordinary.
old Hammonds. I went there Yeah, but he phoned me. He said, "Do you want my old cash registers?"
Did he?
And there's, I've taken it away now because it was there. But he gave me his old typewriter that he used in the occupation, and those lovely old shops.
Has he still got that system, hasn't he, down the shop?
Oh yeah, but it's a lovely old shop.
Yeah.
And I thought all these old shops are going. They all get ripped out. I mean, it'd be. I think it's quite sad progression.
Well, the jewellery shop's closing after 100 and... Well, they're going. The business is staying as a jewellery shop, at least it's staying.
Jewellery shop, yeah. Well, Peter's been there, what?
I mean, Began's is closed, but it's an old business, but there's nothing much in the way of old fittings there.
That's nice. I mean, my days, Nolan Porter's, all those stores and everything. There was lovely shops in those days.
That's right, they were.
Now you walk around Bath Street, half the shops are empty down there. I actually put that down to some of these people that own these properties. They'd rather have a lot of money and leave them empty than drop the rent and help. I think Simon Crowcroft would like to think that someone would drop their rent so they can keep the shop.
It's a shame you couldn't have been found by the co-op in that little conglomeration that they actually restored, where the other Premier Inn is. In the back of there, that would be an ideal location. There's a sewing, there is a sewing shop there, isn't there?
That's right. Well, I look after their work.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, Jersey Sandwich.
I mean, that would be a super location for you.
Yeah. Do you know what I've always liked over him? What I used to see when I used to travel around England in the old days. I used to think these little places where you walk in and a little corridor and the shops would all be on the side.
Yeah.
At the back would be the tea room, coffee shop. And I think over here that would be brilliant for people like us.
That's right.
You've got one doing sound machines, one's doing records.
Exactly. Proper little arcades.
That's right.
Interesting. People it draws you in.
That's right. It's like Barrod Street in those days. All those little shops there. And there's all Roy around there still a cobbler.
Right.
His old sewing machines there. Oh, lovely.
I know, and it's nostalgia, but the trouble is, all this stuff is necessary, isn't it? This is the tragedy of it. People want this. They want somebody like you to provide this sort of service. They do need that.
Maybe on the old stuff, but I think now that I'm getting so many customers go on the internet, Amazon, because they're buying the machine cheap, but they don't think about service, backup, getting a demonstration, being allowed a trade-in. And when they come in there, I just look at them and I'll be perfectly honest with you. I say, where'd you buy that? Oh, I bought it off Amazon. I said, funny, I've got the same machines as Roy in stock, go away. And I charge them double the price.
You better deal with your customer because they know they get a good service.
Price, that's right.
I'll leave you. Thanks for that. I'm going to go and speak to the developers across the road if they'll speak to me and see what they say. Yeah. Thanks very much indeed. I'll come back. It never snows in St Helier, not at least on the Masurier side. You get the snow all over the town, but not on the Masurier's development. Very clever what we can do with models these days.